Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Bionic Commando. So we're in the middle of this tunnel that feels very much like it's a copy and paste of the previous tunnel that we were in. Maybe it's not, but it's hard to differentiate. There's not a lot going on as we're walking through this tunnel. I still have the same old challenges that I'm trying to accomplish. I still have a throw attack. I'm running into these large groups of people, and when I run into these large groups of people, like, I'm usually not in a good position to either step on them and do the shell shock challenge or do the that's the last collectible for this area, or do the whip. The Y and B button just don't seem like they want to work, so maybe you have to do left trigger Y and B. I don't know. It's a little weird that this area is empty because every corner I've turned up to this point has had enemies in it that have been spawning. But we also just kind of fought a boss, so yeah, and really in the past hour we fought two bosses. For some reason we're going to the harbor. They didn't really explain that at all.
Grid still operational, they'll be destroyed. Get to work.
So we've got all kinds of scenarios. I guess we can go down. They want me to go this way, whereas I think I could probably just jump down this way. Let's just get a quick look at how many collectibles. There's 6 collectibles in this area. Feels like the game is specifically how did a guy just die? And see, I guess I can't climb up here. Like, I guess I can climb up here. Interesting. It's strange that, like, I can't get up there because the game doesn't want me to, but no problem to come up here. So we're going towards the light, and it feels like the snipers will come running. This also kind of feels like we very well might just end up inside a building. Like, there's a couple of guys there, sure. And what am I supposed to do? I guess I don't really have too much. Anybody? There we go. Then another guy down with a thrown attack. And see, like, it's so strange we haven't gone back to the any point where we would need to do any of this. Like, so many times we've seen fields that seem like they connect to something, and then we never get back to that something, leaving me with the feeling that this is a half-finished open world game where the levels are supposed to reconnect, or possibly, and kind of even more terrifyingly, this is an extremely long game while being boring. And neither one of those is great options. So I can't take the radiation path. They want me in here. How many of these guys are there? Yeah, I'm not gonna survive very long in this environment. I need to take out these guys. Now that could have been a group of 6. That could have been. Let's get our bullets back. Let's come up here and just make sure there's nothing to pick up. There's a decent amount of collectibles in this section. Still trying to get the throw challenge done for no real reason. It just like, half of these challenges have no reason to actually be accomplished, since they're not integrated into Steam achievements. They are almost certainly just latent remnants of the Xbox 360 achievements and the PlayStation achievements. That was a rough swing. There's a mech up that way. Is this a real mech too? This guy's new. He's like, I haven't seen a mech like this before. Like, they're flying upward in a way that makes it like, so you're over there in the radiation. I'm getting irradiated. I'm getting blown up. Alright, fine. If we want to play that way, we'll play that way. Come on. Come on. Let's see that. Again, I just used the whip attack. Like, I cannot figure out how to do a finisher move on these guys. That will refill my grenade launcher. If I was to take my grenade launcher and just try and aim towards that, would that kill anybody? Nope. And this anti-turret gun, I guess it's the next big thing. Now I need to just swing around to maintain. I missed. So fighting these guys is going to prove to be difficult. Like, really difficult. Like, because he's pretty much 100% armored. Like, he has this tiny little head section that will spin him around, and then he has a pretty tiny back section too. And that's really no way to handle that. Again, another collectible that feels like you would have to have the ability to fly. Like, I don't fully buy into my own skill at swinging or the controls of this game, honestly. Is this a Star Wars reference? Trash compactor? How many guys are there now? See, there's just not enough people. So we'll come over here and we'll take whatever gun this is and we'll aim and fire. And like we now only have one guy left, so smash some guys. And yep. They want me to hack into this and into that. Interesting. Before we do anything like that though, because this could just be yet another big boss fight. Like, this totally feels like an area where a giant flying helicopter might show up. Let's make every effort to collect everything we can find. We were already down in that direction. Yeah, I think we've probably looked enough. Unless there was something on an edge, which this game hasn't been that sneaky, honestly. So, rip. Interesting, you don't hack it.
Keep it up.
You hack this, but you don't hack the other thing. The Enemy Part 3. New information about Spencer, sir. This is from the TSC debriefing with our own Lieutenant Magdalene, a sergeant at the time, I believe, about Spencer. What's your feelings towards the Major? I thought one aspect of being a soldier was to repress feelings. Just answer the question, Sergeant. I don't have any feelings towards him, maybe loyalty. There are those who think your relationship with the Major goes beyond loyalty. That's their problem. This is Sergeant Magdalene? Right now, it's actually your problem, Sergeant. I don't know anything about the Major. If you did know, you'd know that any one of his men would take a bullet for him. You would also know that he's still searching for his wife, even though she blew him off. He still loves her, the idiot. I don't need to take more of this. So apparently there was a Sergeant Magdalene that was also kind of in love with me.
We're uploading new directions.
And look, we've got our flying whatever flying over, but it seems like it didn't even care about me enough to try and attack. I feel kind of ignored. Seriously though, there's no way you're gonna reach that. You probably could swing towards it, but then you'd die, and then you'd have to start all over again. What's that? A grenade? Is it really worth your time to... here's a question. What happens if I fall in the water here? Do I sink to the bottom immediately, or is there actually enough time to try and save myself? Honestly, if you're going to put a collectible there, I would very much want a place to land and just extend this edge out so that you can actually land and not die. Is this a new weapon? Let's see what this is. And it's a machine gun. Like, I don't have a quest with the machine gun. There's never been a challenge with the machine gun, so I don't see any reason to. Alright. It seems I'm gonna die if I'm not careful. There's not enough people here. That guy just walked off the edge and instantly died. And they blames me for it. And since I've got nothing to throw, just let him shoot me while I'm taking aim for headshots to save bullets. Although when you do take aim for headshots, you actually still end up missing half the time. The accuracy is garbage. One more guy dead. And I'm not sure I'm a big fan. Oh. Like, I now know the answer to that question. I didn't really want to have to find out that answer. No. Like, almost died there too. Yeah, going backwards and forwards in the same level is a trick in games to stretch the lengths of the game out, and we haven't really been doing that up until this point, and that's been a good thing. So the fact that they're introducing that now is a little awkward. It feels out of place. It feels like they let the intern create a level. Or somebody else. I suppose you could also argue that they're doing some variety now. Alright. I'm trying to get the count. It does look like there's 5 people all together. If we could get them all grouped together and maybe maybe I can like alright. No, they're just all like they're all over the place. I'm dying. And what's more dangerous, having one guy with a full machine gun being able to kill you, shoot at you, or just having 3 grunts? Alright. Well, there's Alright, that's relatively safe. We're hitting a lot of scenarios where I'm just short on bullets too. Where'd all those bodies go? I was gonna throw some of them. Well, there's nothing else I can kite, so just do that. Look how this building is just in front of this building. That's probably even pre-2009 3D modeling there. It's like no real architectural thought, no real blending or merging of it. We're just gonna have what looks like you would call this stucco, I guess? A stucco wall attached to a brick wall with a door in the front of it. In all honesty, why not just put a door in the middle of the wall? Wouldn't that make more sense? And be a little easier? And the rolling water looks a little dated too. Surprise, surprise, the 2009 game looks old. But I think that is at least partially still valid criticisms of games is how well do they hold up over the years, because creators of the video games know the game will start to look older, and that's why a lot of video games adopt a cartoony artistic style instead of a realistic artistic style, because the realistic styles don't last. You're unseated from your throne of a really good looking realistic game as soon as the next better looking realistic game comes out. What are any other things? Like, we have 2 grenades, 2 grenade launchers, and 60 shots, and I seem to constantly run out of bullets now. The concept of them throwing more enemies at me. I guess this minefield has not been deactivated, and maybe we're not doing anything with that. I'm gonna have to jump forward, swing, jump forward, swing, jump forward, swing. Let's try and sort myself. Ah, man. Apparently you can take the cheater's way out here, but you do so at the risk of radiation. Which I'm happy to do that instead of trying to swing through a very narrow looking section of gameplay. Like this is not much better, I'll fully admit, but I wouldn't be happy if I got halfway through a section like that and then it then fell in the water and drowned and then had to start over again, which is what we've been experiencing a lot of. Hey, this is one of those gorilla guys. Nope, it's just a regular guy. Well, the good news is it saved me, so. Alright. How are we? Got another one behind me. Ooh. Let's ask this question. If I just run over here, do this, and pull that out, and complete the objective and then die, that doesn't count. I was thinking that perhaps the game would decide to like be very kind to me, like of course not. Why would it though? I think I just got hit into a radiation wall that time. And I'm pretty sure if I go up here I'll get radiated. Not too much, though. Where are we on challenges? Not gonna make any progress on that, probably ever. Probably never gonna get that. We'd have to get the hiker to get that. Crowd control is probably never happening. This is the last one I'll probably ever get, is 5 more grunts killed by throwing objects at them. If I could figure out how to do the adrenaline fishing move, maybe I could do that. In fact, I think I'll try and look up that answer in between this recording and the next recording. It's been another 30 minutes and we kind of just walked from one end of a level back to the other end of a level. Slow. Very, very slow. Now, I have said in the past, and I still kind of feel like it's a little cruel to evaluate a game and stop a game every 30 minutes and evaluate it. Generally, I would say 45 minutes to an hour is a better point to take a break and go back and think if you were having fun or not. However, in Bionic Commando's case, there have been 4, 5 hours where every single time I've played it, it's been just kind of the same thing. If the grunts weren't all humanoid and more varied, and perhaps if the cameras were zoomed in a little bit more so that I could see them, I would maybe have some feel like there's more variety. Usually when I run into grunts, I know there's usually one guy with a machine gun and everybody else seems to just be a normal grunt. And sometimes I'll see some other grunt that looks like they're doing something different. They're wearing different clothes, but they don't really do anything. None of them throw grenades with any consistency. None of them have a rocket launcher or machine gun. None of them have drones. None of them run faster. None of them jump. None of them swing. For a game where I'm swinging, it's surprising that somewhere at the halfway point at least they didn't introduce grunts that had swinging arms or grappling hooks that they could climb up higher. These biomechs are too strong and now becoming too frequent, so they're becoming annoyances in their one-hit kill abilities. And then the environment, which that's our third enemy in this game, is can you swing from point A to point B and not get irradiated or get shot by a bunch of people. The environment is not very varied either. So, like, I do see, getting back to the Gears of War, and I'm using the Gears of War reference oddly because I didn't even finish playing Gears of War, nor did I really like this series, but I think that's would have been a better way to take this, is to keep Spencer mostly on the ground, or when he swings, at least have the camera a lot closer to his shoulder and a lot more zoomed in. Make this a tight personal experience instead of the camera being 20 feet behind Spencer at all times and making it seem like I'm almost playing just a 3D version of a 2D game, which I suppose, since this is based on the original Bionic Commando arcade game, I am playing a 3D version of a 2D game. And it's not making the transition to 3D in the way that I would like it to. I want the level to be very open world, but in the fight scenarios, I want the sequences to be really close and tight, and you really feel like you have some stakes in it. And even the challenges seem for that to be the case, because the shell shock challenge requires 5 grunts to be in a really, really tight area, and the whip challenge requires 6 grunts to be in a really tight area, and I have yet to see any scenarios where they really do that. They group off in bunches of 3 over here and a bunch of 2 over here, and one guy will straggle in one area and one guy will straggle in another area. Well, I don't want to continue criticizing this game because we still got more to play. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you like what I'm doing, support this channel by sending me a Steam game. That helps more than watching ads. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.